All right, happy Monday. How are you guys doing? It is time for our social media strategies chat, 10 a.m. Central every Monday inside the Moms Building Online Businesses group. And this is going to be fun. Per your request, we're going to talk about what to post, when to post, how to create engagement so that you can start building your influence, your brand out there on your personal social media profile. Are you guys ready for this? If you're here, say, hey, I saw Kimberly's here. Remember, if it says Facebook user, that simply means that you did not authorize StreamYard. So you can go up into the description above and click authorize StreamYard so I can see your name here, but I can see it here. Tara, it looks like you're on as well. Carolyn's here. Melinda's here. Good morning, guys. So I'm excited about this. It's going to be a bit of a chat on my method for posting on social media. Okay, mainly on Facebook. You can use this over on Instagram as well. And it's just a way to get more people engaging with you so that you can funnel them over to wherever it is that you're trying to actually get into a deeper conversation, into the Messenger, into a Facebook group, maybe into a one-on-one if you're still doing like meeting with people. You want to somehow start a conversation with people, get your content in front of them, get them to have interest in what you're posting, get them to take some kind of action, raise their hand, and then you can move into the deeper conversation. So that's what I'm going to be sharing with you is my PCAT method for my posting strategy. And I'm going to pop something up on the screen and I'm going to ask my son what he's standing here for. Hi, honey.
You need to
what?
Email my
okay.
advisor.
All right, let's do that right after this. I need to email his advisor. How many of you guys have kids? Oops, I didn't mean to post that up there. How many of you guys have kids that are at home right now? You're e-learning with them. Are they like having the option to go back? Because we have the option to go back and he doesn't want to go back. He's like, can you just like tell him that I need to stay virtual? So I want to share with you guys something else we're doing. And then I'm going to take you inside of my Trello board, show you our method for posting, what we do for the rotation of the types of posts we suggest to get engagement over on your personal profile and give you some tips. So talk to me about your kids. This is our moms group. So most of you are moms, not all of them. And he's texting me right now like, hey, get me out of school, right? Where are you guys tuning in from? Let us know. We're going to be doing a little Share the Love challenge. Everybody seems to be doing Share the Love challenges right now because it's February, right? So all month long, and this thing's hideous. My new access point in my small town trying to get me some internet. But anyway, so Share the Love challenge. You can do this all over your business. You can do it to grow your groups. You can do it to do a special. I just got off of a training where they're doing a Share the Love. I think it's a live video challenge, and it's the very first ever live video challenge I took 2 years ago was called Share the Love, and it was during this time of the year. So talk to me about that. Tara's in Delaware. And Tara says, what do you do for your lives to have your name at the bottom? This is through StreamYard. Okay, so we're going to talk about this, the PCAT method of posting. And I also want to share with, so if you guys are not yet on StreamYard, okay, I love StreamYard. I'm crazy about StreamYard. So when I go live and you see my logo up there, you can tap that logo, like tap it, and then the little buttons will pop up and you can turn on notifications for all live videos so you don't miss out on anything, okay? When you see my name down here, and also I changed it to whatever I'm going to talk about, okay? That is done through StreamYard. And inside the Moms Building Online Businesses group, if you are inside of that watching this, because we are also streaming this on to YouTube. If you're inside of the Moms Building Online Businesses group, we have a little link where you can get, it's a referral link where you can get $10 off of your first paid month, I think, with StreamYard. But there is a free version of StreamYard. So I'm not going to jump deep into StreamYard right now. If you do the free version, you just don't get to do your own logo. You don't get to do all your own branding. So let's talk about posting, and let's talk about this Share the Love challenge. So today's content training is on what to post, when to post, and how to create engagement, mainly on your personal profile. But I work a lot with my students teaching them that repurpose your material no matter where it is. So my online school is called PCAT-U. Okay, it stands for Purpose, Creator, Action, Taker. So we use those same 4 letters to come up with a posting strategy where we post purposefully, we create curiosity and conversations, we be authentically us, and then we teach people something. So I'm going to take you into the Trello board. I'm going to show you some things that I would suggest for different types of things that you can post. And the biggest thing I'll share with you guys is when you're doing organic growth, it just takes time. So talk to me about that. Does it feel like a slow process if you're building your business online and you're doing all the things, right? You're putting out all the content. You're like, maybe you're spending a lot of time creating great content. You're doing trainings like I'm doing with you today. You're doing stuff in your stories. You're doing stuff everywhere, and you're just waiting for the day that somebody shows up in your inbox and says, I've been watching what you've been posting. I want to join your team. I've been watching what you've been posting. I want to buy those products, okay? Let me tell you that from experience, it does happen, but it doesn't happen like the second you put out a good post. So have some patience with yourself in the journey of organic growth. So I really need to caution you guys. I'm going to take you inside of my strategy. I'm going to show you my workbook, my training, my Trello boards. We have a Share the Love challenge where you can actually win some of my trainings. And even we're going to be doing something for an evergreen complete program voucher. I'm going to share that in a bit. But you have to understand that this stuff takes time. This is passive prospecting. If you've never heard that before, talk to me about that, because there's a difference between active recruiting and active prospecting and this whole passive stuff that people are doing on social media. And lots of people are making lots of money selling all kinds of stuff, and lots of people are spending lots of time doing all kinds of this stuff. But then we forget that we have to do the active part of our business. Okay, so inside of my program, the reason I decided to do a complete program is because I did want to be a little bit different. I don't want to just be known for selling like all these little things and then you buy another thing and then you never get anywhere. I want to really like push you into the action side of things. Okay. So when I show you this PCAT method and this organic strategies posting workbook and Trello boards, if you guys win those from us, or if you decide to purchase that, it's just one small piece of the puzzle. You have to put it into action. And then you have to get into the conversations, okay? That is the hard part. That is what most people avoid. The whole attraction marketing thing has people thinking like, oh, I can just post all the things and do none of the things and somehow build a multi-million-dollar business. That's why a lot of people are stuck and frustrated. That's why they keep seeing more Facebook ads and buying more Facebook things and thinking, oh, this will be the trick. This will be the trick. This will be the thing. But really evaluate how many actual conversations are you guys having every single day? How many of those are converting to sales and customers and business partners? That's really like the motor, okay? Today I'm going to take you on the outside. I'm going to build the shell of the car. That's fine. But if you don't have a good motor, like the second somebody comments on this stuff, the second you get into the messenger, if you don't have a funnel flow, if you don't know what a sales funnel is, if you don't know how to get into conversations, ask the right questions, close the sale, and nurture the relationship if they don't purchase or sign up, you really don't need to spend time on what I'm going to share with you today. You really don't. And I know that's going to seem like, gosh, that doesn't seem very fun, but don't waste your time putting together a bunch of content calendars, posting all this stuff if you don't have a process. Does that make sense? This is where I really, really, really want to take you guys from just staying busy and having a business that's profitable, okay? All right, so I'm going to take you inside of I'm going to share my screen. And I'm going to take you inside of this posting strategy. Let me say this real quick before we screen share. Today is Monday, February 8th. Let's double check. Yes, today is Monday, February 8th. Between now and next Sunday, February 14th, which is Valentine's Day. Put a bunch of color on the screen for all the tap all the things down below. Although I just learned we're not supposed to say like no engagement baiting. So I learned like show a bunch of color on the screen if you're excited about that. Between now and next Sunday, whoever invites the most people in, we're going to be doing a drawing. We're going to be giving away some of our trainings. We're going to be giving away some of this stuff I'm about to show you. And we're also going to be giving away a voucher that's equivalent to the number of new people that come in to the Moms Building Online Businesses group between now and next Sunday. Okay, so if cumulatively we get 500 new people, I'm going to be giving away a $500 voucher toward my complete program. It's the coaching. It's 5 days a week of live training time in Zoom coaching. It's the recorded trainings. It's the online school. It's everything you're ever going to need in network marketing to scale. Okay, and the people and the advisors and the accountability. All right. That's going to be between now and next Sunday. Get those people in and we'll do a cumulative voucher. Then we're also going to be doing drawings for the people who get the most people in. Just because I think it's fun, just because I don't do a lot of giveaways in the Moms Building Online Businesses group, but I do it everywhere else, so why not here, right? So this is your community where you can grow. This is where we will announce the next virtual party challenge. We're actually going to house this right inside of this group March 1st. It's a free challenge. 5 days of training with me plus 4 bonus days on how to do virtual parties, live video, create conversations, build your sales funnel, right? That's the start of it. It's also where we announce all of our other trainings like Canva, Instagram, Trello. So if you've done any of those, let us know. Okay, so just a side note, and that the details are up at the top. Okay, so let's jump in. I'm going to screen share, and I want to share with you guys. This is inside of my online school. Let me do the actual view that you'd get. If you own this already, let me know, okay? I'm going to open this up though. So, and I'll give you a better view. If you're on your phone, I know that it's small, but if you want to own this thing, you can go buy this thing. If you want to buy this thing, just please, like, don't keep buying stuff if you're not going to put it into practice and you don't understand the complete strategy behind everything I'm going to teach you today, okay? But you can go purchase this workbook. There's a 30-minute training that goes with it. It's going to go more in depth than what I can do with you today, okay? So I'm going to do the basics. With it comes, so there's the workbook. It's a full PDF, and you can open up all the things. We'll look at that. It comes with a video training, and then it also comes with 2 complete Trello board content calendars. So I'm going to show you this, okay? I'm going to take you on the inside of how I post, how I decide what I'm going to post, and what method I use just to keep it simple. So we're going to peek into the workbook a bit. We're not going to go through all the things. So inside the workbook and inside the training, it talks to you about some top tips for your post. We definitely want to stop the copy and paste, okay? Anything you guys learned today, if you would just like type it below, it will reiterate to you what you're learning, and it will also help people who are like kind of not able to take notes, that somebody's taken notes below. It will also put it into your brain differently. And then if somebody's not listening to the whole video, I love to see the notes in the bottom because they can kind of see. So if I say anything today and you're willing to type it below, that would be fantastic. So before you go posting on your social media wall and I show you what to do, I first want you guys to stop the copy and paste, please, okay? Stop the copy and paste because, first of all, it doesn't help the algorithm. All right. It does not help the algorithm if you're just copying and pasting someone else's things. Second of all, is that really authentically you? How many of us just squirrel? How many of us are just like, oh, I'm just doing that because so-and-so's doing it, right? I'm going to change my view real quick because I like it like that. I like it like that. Oh, sorry. Okay, let me get back to my workbook. Sorry. I had to sing for a minute and I had to see myself on the screen. All right. So stop the copy and paste. It's only going to water down your feed. It's going to stop your post from being shown. And it does not show any kind of authenticity about you. So when I give you this content calendar and you see, or if you've done Trello with Diane, how can you use what we're giving you to simplify your life without copying and pasting? Do you guys have any ideas on that? Use things for inspiration. Do not copy and paste. Do not be like everybody else, but be inspired by what we show you and maybe go edit it a little bit. We even give you Canva links so you can just click the posts that we made and you can go edit them a bit. That's what I do for my virtual party girls. That's what I do for my evergreen girls. I just think it makes it easier, okay? I'm not going to go through all these tips because these are inside of your workbook and inside of the video training if you choose to go the full route, okay? But basically a couple of quick little bonuses for you guys is end with a question. So when you post what I'm going to show you, don't just post a picture. Don't just say something. Ask a question because that's going to automatically have a call to action. People are like, oh, I want to like engage with that. Personal photos are always going to be better than stock photos. So I'm kind of skipping down. I'm down here on this one. Personal pictures. You guys, how many of you don't like to show yourself on social media? Okay, how many of you are like, oh, can I just show someone else's picture with that product or someone else's kids or someone else's nails? Or this is the thing. If you're just going to be doing that, that's not creating the authentic you and it doesn't allow people to connect with you. All right. We teach all the time that you are not selling your products. You are not selling your company. You are first selling you, okay? So we're not going to go through all of that because that's in the training. My 4 basic posting strategies follow the PCAT method. So there are 4 main categories we go over, and you can go over it more in depth in the complete training, but we're going to post purposefully. So go ahead and write that down. You want to have a purpose behind everything you guys do, and I challenge you to think before you post. Because so many posts, I'm like, what is the point? Like, what is the point of even putting that out there, right? Do you have a strategy behind everything you do? When we do virtual parties together, and some of you come from like copy and paste parties over to my party system, and I challenge you to actually think before you post. Why are you posting that? What value will it bring to the people? What information will you gain when they comment and respond below? Is it purposeful? Does it have a sense of purpose? Does it have post with purpose or determination? And this we can go into deeper in the training, but just have a strategy. Just because somebody likes it, just because somebody gives it a little heart does not give you any qualified information about those people. People crave conversations, okay? If your post gets no engagement, if your post does not create a conversation, there was no point in it, in my opinion, if you're posting in order to build a business and get to know the people, okay? So you can go further into this. The second thing is the C, which is create curiosity, and you can also say create conversations. So we train a lot in the virtual party challenge, and we also do some of this in the bonus training during that virtual party challenge. We've been doing bonuses on curiosity posts. What is your experience with curiosity posts? So this is a type of post that we can rotate through. We don't want to do them all the time. We want to rotate through them maybe once every week or every 2 weeks. Do a post that's around your product or your company, and the training goes deeper into how to do these really more effectively. But it's to make people go, I wonder what that is. I wonder what she's talking about. I need to know more. Okay, a curiosity post should not give them all the answers. That's very, very important. If your post tells them exactly what the product is, exactly what the business is, exactly how to sign up, exactly where to go, they do not need to get into a conversation with you. And people need to have a conversation with you if you ultimately want to be able to serve people well, okay? Just sending them a link, just getting them to sign up, that's not creating you as a unique consultant. That's not differentiating you between you and everybody else that sells the products, okay? So there's different types of curiosity posts. The training goes into the different ones. So if you do get that, the workbook, you'll be going into that further. Okay, the A is add authenticity. When you add authenticity, this is where people get to know you, like you, and trust you. So if you've done the virtual party challenge training with me, the KLT factor, that know, like, and trust factor, sometimes people are like, well, why would I post about my kids? Or why would I post about my family? Or why would I post about my struggles or whatever it is? When people view you as a person, okay? When you add authenticity to your posts, you allow your audience to get to know you. This is where you create the know, like, and trust factor. And then people view you different than all of the other people that are selling the exact same product. And here's the best part. They're either going to get you or they're not going to get you, and it's going to be okay. When you decide to be the real authentic you and just put yourself out there, it's okay if they don't buy into you and therefore they don't want to buy those products from you, but then they meet another girl and they bought those same products from that other girl. Y'all understand that's the difference, right? When people are like, oh, she just signed up with so-and-so doing the exact same company, and then you take it personal. Don't take it personal, but also ask yourself, could you have done anything differently? If not, you just represented the real authentic you. You got into conversations with that person. You were not like hiding any part of, a lot of people are like, well, I never told them about the business because I wasn't confident in that part. Well, that's on you, right? Don't take it personal. Understand that if you're being truly authentically you, that people will either get you or they won't. And if something you say, something you do doesn't resonate with them, there's nothing you can change about that. Or you could do what I did for a long time and go try to be that other girl, right? Go try to be that other girl that's selling all the products. It seems to be, if I was just this on Instagram, or if I just had it together all the time, then I would be able to sell more. Doesn't matter who you are. People are going to connect with you, and you will only have peace in your business once you're authentically you. So those curiosity posts are the authentic posts are a great way for people just to know Cathy or Mary Ellen or whoever's Asha, Kimberly, Vanessa, Jen. We are all so different, okay? So this is where I really start pushing you guys into live video. Who's doing live video? Okay. Now this one is talking about specifically for my health and wellness business. Doesn't matter what kind of products you're selling. Live video, you can do a testimonial out there, what your life looks like now, what you want it to be in the future. You can talk about live video about how you use your products. You can do live videos simply on just chatting with people. I just go chat with people without a purpose to sell, but with a purpose to connect. Okay, there's 7 different ways to build authenticity into your post, and we go through that in the training, so we're going to skip past that. There's some different ideas, different types of questions. We're going to look at the Trello board a little bit more, but this is for the full training. The last thing is teach people something. I think so often, especially if you're new, and a lot of you are in network marketing, you feel like, oh, I have no value to bring to my audience. What could I teach them? So let me ask you this question. This is going to be pretty powerful. What do you know right now that someone else might not know? Is there something that you've learned, maybe even today? Okay. Is there something you know that other people don't know yet? All right. When I moved into coaching, it was not on purpose, honestly. I didn't think that I could be a good coach. I didn't have the dream of that, because I was just out there doing my network marketing business and figuring some things out, right? But there were a lot of people who had not yet figured out what I had figured out, and this was with virtual parties. And so some of them started asking me for help. And then my coach, who was helping me with a higher level of business, said, hey, I think you need to start teaching people how to do virtual parties. I was like, oh no, I'm no expert. I can't do that. She's like, actually, compared to most people, you are. Get out there and start teaching what you already know how to do. You're still in the process. It's only going to keep getting better. And that's how we started back in July of 2020. I'm like, fine, I'm gonna do this virtual party challenge thing, teaching people what I've learned over the last year and a half. Who is my audience? Mainly people who haven't done virtual parties yet, or people who are like me a year ago. they're starting to do them. They're starting to kind of work. They're not quite sure exactly what they're doing. They've heard some things, but they don't have a complete system. So what do you know right now that some people may not know? Doesn't matter what it is. It could be completely tied to your products. If you sell makeup products, do you know how to do eye makeup better than most people? It doesn't mean you have to do it as good as the makeup artist on like Kim Kardashian or something, whoever her makeup people are. So when you get out there and you can be an authority figure in anything, you can teach them a simple shake recipe that you made for your kids. This is just water, but pretend. You are out there establishing yourself as someone that is of value that people should follow. Okay, so the teaching part, this training takes you into deeper 10 different types of posts that you can teach to add value. Okay, so that's the workbook. Let's jump into some of the Trello boards. So this Trello board, some of you guys have this already. This Trello board has some content ideas. We're just going to talk about some basic ones. If you do have the complete organic strategies training and workbook, it comes with the Trello boards. Sometimes we gift these things, so if you have these, let us know. But this is just a way that Diane put together. So if you've never done Trello, she did a complete workshop on this for you. She did this so that you guys can have some ideas for what to post and when to post without having to like totally think on your own. Some people call these buckets, some people call these pillars, but these are just the different kind of content you need to be rotating through on your social media wall. Okay, there's different things that are of value to you. So why don't you guys chat with us below about what are your main value buckets? For me, it's faith, it's family, it's health, it's fitness, and it's mom life. All right. For you guys, it could be finances, it could be pets. There's no rights and wrongs about your pillars, and don't overthink if they're like perfectly tied in to how to sell your product, because that's not what your pillars are, right? Your pillars are your 3 to 5 key value areas, the things that you can go online and share and just enjoy and love telling other people about. And then we find ways to tie our products in. Okay, so down the left side of the Trello board, there's some daily theme ideas, there's social media cheat sheets, there's all kinds of different ideas of the different types of posts you could do if you wanted to do it day of the week. Monday mood, Monday meal prep, Monday manifest Monday, Tuesday tricks, Tuesday testimonials. So what you can do is you can tie this in when you're trying to do a purposeful post. You're like, well, what do I post about? The Monday ideas, the Tuesday ideas. This is just, it helps some people be thinking outside of the box, okay? Inside of the Trello board, Diane also gave you some brainstorming ideas and some actual things you could just copy and paste, but you're going to want to edit it a little bit. So conversation starters, these are a great way to get engagement going. So before you do something that's a purposeful post, that's really teaching something to people, that's a lifestyle or authentic post, a conversation starter or a curiosity post, conversation starters sometimes only have the purpose just to get the algorithm working in your favor, okay? So there's all kinds of them. You could go post, are you extroverted or introverted? That's all you got to say. Where are you from? There's 3 different choices. You can open this up. 3 different choices about something. If you could eat anything for breakfast, what would it be? Pizza, protein shakes, or cookies? I don't know. Sometimes these, you're like, what's the point of a post like that? It's simply to get the algorithm working. Now, if it can include something that's actually purposeful about your business, like a curiosity post or a business curiosity post, product or business, that would be fantastic. Are you a night owl or early riser? Maybe you do sell an energy drink. So when you post something like night owl or early riser, you actually could be gaining some information from people who might be likely to need your energy drink or your coffee drink, okay? Sometimes these are just to get the algorithm working, and we have a complete strategy on when you should post them, how far ahead you should post them before you go do an excellent killer post is what I call it. Personal type posts, these are where you're building authenticity. We have some health and wellness on this specific board, a lot of health and wellness examples, meal prep ideas, because that's my type of business. So inside of my example content board, it has that. Different types of business posts that you could do, different promotions you can do. National holidays and months and days of the week are a great way to think of some different types of things to post. There's like a day of the week for almost, there's a random like today's probably National Donut Day or something is all I'm saying. I don't know. It's National Just Because Day on August 27th. Who knew? So these are just different ways to come up with some content, different things you could do for days of the week. So Diane put in 16 different things you could do for Monday posts. Now, remember when I say don't copy and paste, okay? We teach this in our classes that here's a great post. Can you save it and paste it? Yes. But are there ways that you could edit it even just a little bit? Maybe you could use a filter to change out the coloring. Maybe you could go inside a Canva and import this quote with your picture next to it. So that's why Vicki teaches you guys a complete Canva class on how to be creative and stand apart and really create your brand. Sometimes when you're starting, you're like, yeah, I just got to copy and paste the thing. Okay. So if you're just copying and pasting the graphic, you can edit the description before you post the picture to make it uniquely you, right? So those are just some ideas. She's got all kinds of stuff. Different personal posts, inspirational, motivation. It goes on and on and on and on. That's one of our boards, okay? Another one of our boards that we have, if I can find it, is, that might be the one I just opened up. Let me see if this is the one I just opened up. And if it's the same one, I won't scroll you guys through. This is the same one. We have one following the PCAT method where it takes you through everything I just shared with you guys with the PCAT method of creating purpose, curiosity, authenticity, and teaching people something. I'm not going to take time to go through all that. I'm going to stop the screen share. Okay, so let me give you guys a couple more tips. So Kimberly said, live video, woo woo, she's an exhibitionist. Excellent tips, thank you. What are your key pillars? Kimberly says her key areas are work, pets, and family, okay? Don't overthink this stuff. This is the most important part. When it comes to posting on social media, and I'm gonna give you like how often to post and how to get some engagement going, and then we'll wrap up. When it comes to doing this, it can be work. It can take time. Some people feel like they've got to plan it all out. If you don't love pets, and if you don't love your family, and you don't love work, it's going to be really hard to come up with content around those areas. So make sure your key pillars are areas that are easy for you to talk about, easy for you to share about. And even if nobody's paying attention, then you'll still go ahead and want to share that information because you want to give value, even if you think nobody's watching, even if it doesn't come back. That's very, very important when you're deciding your pillars, because some people do their pillars and they're like, oh, I need to have a pillar on this because that's what sells. And then you try to fake your way into something and you get tired because organic posting takes time. Okay, guys? Okay, so once you kind of decide what your key pillars are, you've got some ideas of what to post. Live video is a great way to do it. The algorithm loves live video. You can do it on your personal page. If you're in the virtual party challenge, I actually recommend you guys start building out on your personal profile. Don't be spammy. Don't be weird. Don't try to sell. Just get out there and talk about something that falls in your pillars. Use those Trello board ideas. Use the workbook to get some more ideas for how to make it of value. And then guess what? A byproduct of that is when you weave in a curiosity post about your energy drink, people actually respond because now you're not the girl out there just always trying to sell. So tips for doing that is always ask a question, always, okay? So when you go live, up in the description, and you guys learn this in the virtual party challenge with me, but you can apply it to your full social media profile. Up in the description, always ask a question and have it be a question that the information will help you with. When you ask a question, people are like, oh, I better answer that question. So if it's like a curiosity post where you're like so excited, and it's like a post where you're like, never thought I'd see the day that I wasn't drinking coffee every single morning, switched over to ditched the fake creamers and 5 cups of coffee for a natural energy drink. What's in your cup? Or how do you start your day? Just something to start the conversation, right? And then you're going to be getting into the conversations in the comments below. This is important, okay? Don't try to sell in the comments. Respond. So if you guys, like right now, Kimberly's typing in the comments below, okay? If I were on the opposite side and this was like a comment she had posted later, and she says, what are my pillars? And she says her key value areas are work, pets, and family. I could go down in the comments and be like, oh my gosh, tell me about your pets. How many do you have? What are their names? Okay. So if you go look at some of my videos on my personal page, No matter what it is I post, I try to get into conversations. Now, if it seems like I can help somebody with something I have, my products, my business opportunity, anything I teach in my online school, because of the conversation, if Kimberly says, I don't know, let's say I sell pet food, which I don't, but let's say she's like, oh, I got this, this, and this. I'd be like, oh my gosh, I love that. I might pop over into the messenger and be like, hey, not sure if you know this, but I actually do a business with a pet dog food company. We sell organic dog food. Are you looking for any resources to help your pets be healthier? Right? You could totally be direct like that if you found a connection, if you found a reason, if you were pouring into other people before you ask for them to buy your stuff. It's important. We teach very specifically on how to create authentic, non-spammy, non-cold reach out conversations by getting people to take action first. So how else can you do that? A lot of times I'll have a direct call to action, right? So it might be like a rotation through, and then I might say, if you want to get your hands on the energy drink I use, tell me whatever. Tell me what you're using and why you don't like it and why you'd want to try this one or whatever. You can have a complete call to action at the bottom. Okay. You could have a lead magnet. This is some of the advanced stuff we teach. Click below and I'll send you over my favorite samples, whatever the case may be. Okay. Hi, Nicole. The other ways to create engagement is, you guys, remember that if you want people, and I tell you this all the time, if you want people to interact with your stuff, you've got to go interact with their stuff. You have to. You cannot expect organic social media posting strategies to work just because you put out some killer content. Number one, you're fighting against the algorithm. And number two, you can really come across looking like everybody else on social media when you don't choose to invest time in other people. So one strategy you can do to not only stand apart, but also to get the algorithm working in your favor, before you go do a killer post. And a killer post is one that you really want people to pay attention to, okay? Maybe it's a business post or a lifestyle post or a product post where it's really one that isn't spammy, but it's, it's of value and you want people to interact. Like, this is the one I want them to see. Before you go post that, you go get interactive on their stuff, all right? So what that's going to do is not only going to be giving the love before you want to get the love, you're going to be telling the algorithm like, hey, you're going to get people, you're going to get Facebook working in your favor when you go interact on their stuff, like their stuff, comment on their stuff. And I'm not supposed to say those words, like Facebook will be like, she's engagement baiting. I'm just giving you guys examples. But when you do those things, you draw attention to yourself. Start commenting on other people's things. They come over and they're like, who's this person? I haven't seen her in a while. Now you draw them over to you, okay? So it's like a two-way street, but this organic stuff takes time. How much time a day do you suggest we interact? 1 hour or more or less? Thank you. So what I've heard more recently is before you go post, before you go put out a post on social media, about 15 to 20, if you can, like in a perfect world, okay? In a perfect world, this is going to be what you're going to do. If you don't live in a perfect world, you're just going to post and you're going to say done is better than perfect. Done is better than perfect. So at least get something out there. But if you can have a complete strategy, what you're going to do before you go post is you're actually going to go get interactive on other people's pages. So I'll screen share real quick with you guys. You're going to go get interactive on other people's pages for 15 to 20 minutes. And what does that look like? It could mean that you simply scroll the feed. Okay, it could mean that before I go do a post, I'm just going to go look at what other people, like the first 10 people that pop up in my feed. And I'm going to say something on her post. Maybe you just like it. Maybe you comment on it. Ideally, you comment and get into a conversation and say, thank you for sharing this. Have a great day. I know this is generic. What is she saying? Life begins once Jesus becomes the reason you live it. How could I ask a question on this? What are you doing today? Okay, this is totally a horrible example because this is an inspirational post and I can't think of what to ask. So let's just say thank you for sharing this. Hope you have a great day. Ideally, I'm going to overthink this right now. Ideally, you're going to ask a question, okay? Here I had posted in my clean eating group about different artificial sweeteners. So I'm going to maybe scroll down and comment on some people's stuff or just comment on this. This is my own post, okay? And then maybe I ask Sue, have you ever used them before? And this gets the conversation going, okay? Heidi Johnson, guess who's turning 11? Happy birthday, baby boy. I love you so much. So a simple question could be happy birthday. Happy birthday. What is your son's name? I mean, any kind of conversation. So you can get interactive like that. That's simple. If you've done any training with us on friends list, this is a really killer way to get interactive. You can create friends lists, and I don't have all of these built out. Let's go to my evergreen students. When you get interactive on certain lists, then you're purposely getting in front of very specific people. And this is a different type training. We're not going to go all the way into this. But here I might choose to get interactive with very specific people first. This will narrow down that list. Here's all the people in I haven't built this list out, but 10 of my students I built a list out for. And so let's pretend these are business prospects, which these aren't. These are my students. But pretend that Shelly was a business prospect. 15 minutes before I go get interactive on my social media wall. If she's someone I really want my business, I'd really like her to see this post, I could go get interactive on her stuff. And for 3 to 5 of her things I could like, I could love, I could give the care button. It'd be ideal if you also commented on 1 or 2, not Screech. I know, so sad, he died. Did you guys see this? And then I might say, so sad, did you watch that show growing up? Okay, so anyway, so let's get back to what we were talking about. But that is a way that you can create engagement before you guys go and post, okay? That's the suggestion. Now, go do your killer post. So 15 minutes before, go get interactive on other people's stuff. Target certain people if there's like customers that you are trying to get them to upgrade, and you put out a great post about maybe a product line that they were thinking about doing without being product specific. You guys know this, but maybe you're just like 30-day healthy living group starting, whatever. Okay. And you want them to see that. Go get interactive on their stuff. They're going to come back and see your stuff. The algorithm's working in your favor, yada, yada, yada. And then you do the killer post. And for the next 15 minutes, this is the most important part. For the next 15 minutes, once you do that post, if anybody comments, if anybody likes, if anybody shares, if anybody engages, you need to be engaging back with all of that interaction on that one post. That's the most important time, okay? So keep that post pushing up by you engaging with the post. Then if you have time, stay online for 15 more minutes. Stay online for 15 more minutes and go back to engaging in other people's stuff. This is like, organic posting is not for the faint of heart. This is why so many people think they should be making $1 million, because they've been supposedly posting consistently on their social media wall for so long. Probably the truth is they're not doing the best kind of posts. They're not being consistent. They're not beating the algorithm, right? And they also think this is like the get rich quick scheme or get rich quick path. Organic posting is not the quick path. Attraction marketing is not the quick path. It's another way to start some new conversations, to get you in front of people. This is why I teach also you have to have an active prospecting, active recruiting. How are you measuring activity? This is why I teach virtual parties. Virtual parties are very specific, getting people in front of the presentation. But how did I find more people? Definitely found more people by doing all this organic posting, getting into conversations, and then saying, hey, so-and-so, saw you commented on my post about this. Hey, so-and-so, saw you commented on my post that you have dogs too. Tell me more about them. I just start creating new relationships, new friendships. I then do more, you guys know all this, go up into the polls, do stories, have call to actions. And then people are like, oh, I know this girl. She's around all the time. So then when I post about stuff, I'm like, oh, you should come into my party group. We're live every Tuesday with a party. Now I got them in front of the purposeful presentation, okay? Or I can say, hey, you should take a look at the business I do. It sounds like you're also a mom boss looking to create another stream of income. Would you love to hear more about what I'm doing? I can send you a quick video. I can get you on a little phone call we do on Mondays. You have to do that part, all right? All right, let me look at the questions. I know that was a lot today. Nicole said it was super helpful. Do these tips also help if you apply everything to your business group? Yeah, this is all the same stuff, okay? Whenever I'm teaching my groups, okay, oh, let me get off track for just a second. Kimberly says she doesn't know who that is. What show? Saved by the Bell was Screech. You must be really young. Come on, who knows Saved by the Bell? That's what I grew up on. Saved by the Bell. Oh, goodness. Okay. When I'm teaching my groups, what I love is it does not matter what your content is when you have your pillars, right? You're going to do the exact same thing everywhere, but the level you do it at depends on where you're at, okay? In my Moms Building Online Businesses group, we're going to talk at a much lighter level than we do in my advanced paid programs, okay? When we go into our paid programs and we talk about this stuff, we go into a deeper level of training, right? So parallel that to your business. If you have a private group, that's your customer group, right? You're going to give them more than you're going to give your prospect group, okay? And if you don't have a prospect group, you need one. So I teach Evergreen Party as a prospect group, and it can be a customer group, by the way, trying to multi-use all the things. But when we're talking to our personal profile, we're going to stay super light. We're going to dig in a little bit more, and we're going to dig in a little bit more depending on where we're putting that information out. But the content can be the same. So let's say, let me give you an example. Let's say that you are sharing your energy drink. On your main personal profile, you're going to be super cryptic, super curious. These are not customers. These are not even prospects yet necessarily. This is where you're just trying to get some new leads, some new conversations. You're going to stay super cryptic, super conversational, and then you're going to want to build the engagement so that you can funnel them over to a more qualified place for the people who want the information. So then if they're like, oh, what is that drink? What is that? Whatever. I can get into the conversation in Messenger. My thing is I like to funnel them over into our group. I'll be like, oh my gosh, we share more inside this group I have. Can I send you the invite? We even give some away. They're like, oh yeah, that's great. So then I move them in. Now once they're in the group, they're more qualified. I know that they have interest. I can work with them at a deeper level. Then when we get on the party, we're going to teach them more about it. We have videos that teach them more about it. I'm going to follow up at a different level than just some random person on my social media wall. Now I've funneled them down into a closer, more qualified place. If they become a customer, now I'm going to work with them even more. Maybe now because they're a customer, I'm going to give them a recipe book with 10 different ways to use the same drink and spice it up. Does that make sense? Like how much we give them depends on where they're at. So you're not going to give your personal profile the complete recipe. You're going to use the recipe to create curiosity, to get them to want to move through the process with you guys. I hope that helps. So inside of my group, maybe we're talking about Makeup Monday today, which we are. And so maybe out on our personal page, we're doing a little bit of a light, like, you know, you guys see me do this. Be like, I'm not the makeup trainer. I'm not the makeup expert. I'm just on here for entertainment. But if you want makeup tips, if you want makeup tricks, if you want inside of our group where we do a full tutorial, I'll invite you in. All right. I hope that makes sense. Kimberly says she's 54. Well, then maybe you just didn't watch it because I don't know. I'm 43 and I lived on it. I lived on it. And Screech, Dustin Diamond is no longer alive. All right, guys. I know that was lengthy. Go have a great day. So share the love challenge between now and Sunday. Get people into this group so I can be gifting you some of my trainings from my online school. The link is above if you want to go check those out. We don't sell a ton of things because my goal is to work with you guys, not just sell you stuff. But when I do sell stuff, it's going to be good. It's going to be a full training. It's going to teach you how to do it. It's going to give you tangibles, right? So the Trello board, content calendar. And then we love to give you the workshops because that's when we get to work with you guys. So Canvas starts again next week. Instagram starts again next week. Virtual Party Challenge is March 1st. And then Evergreen will be open back again March 5th. That is for people who want to like work side by side, intense for 6 months where you want to scale and you don't want to do it alone and you want to do it with top network marketers, not just me, but different instructors in my school as well, who have gotten to the place that most people have not gotten to in their business. And we work intensively with you, okay? So we're going to be giving a voucher away from that as well. You can read the comments. Have a great week. Jess will see you on Thursday at 10 a.m. Central for her chat with you guys. And Vicki, her Canva registration will be coming out. Julia's Instagram registration is already out. And my virtual party registration will be coming out within probably the next 5 to 7 days, and we'll be doing that challenge right inside of here. Okay, guys, have a great day. Bye for now.